Hello and welcome to the Nova Show, Real Estate Records. I'm Danna Castro, your host for today's episode, and today with me I have Adam Lancaster. Adam is a Utah real estate professional serving the Utah County market, known for his high-volume production and experience helping buyers, sellers, and investors navigate fast-moving market conditions. He's worked across residential homes, investment properties focused on strategic decision-making, market timing, and strong guidance. Today, we're diving into his journey and what he sees in today's Utah market. So thank you so much for joining us, Adam.
Yeah, heck yeah, it's good to be here.
And then for our listeners, could you kind of introduce a bit about who you are?
Yeah, this is going to sound really, really cheesy, but like when I was 12 years old, I just made a decision that I wanted to be a real estate broker.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what that meant at the time. But, and so everything from then until now has actually been in that pursuit. And so I went and got an undergraduate degree in that and took jobs in that and got a graduate degree in that and have worked in corporations doing multi-billion-dollar real estate deals and at the right time jumped off and started my own thing, and here we are.
Well, that's amazing. Did you have somebody in your close circle that was like a real estate agent and you were like, you know what, I want to do that too?
Yeah, I remember standing next to a relative of mine who was a commercial real estate broker, and he just said something about, this is what I am or what I do, and I was like, that's what I want to do. And I didn't even know what it was.
That's so fun. So how was your first year in real estate? Was it what you were expecting?
Yeah, so I would say so. My first year, I guess it depends what you would call my first year. So I started during grad school, I opened up a little private equity fund for real estate. The deals that I was finding at the time were good deals, but not good enough deals where I could kind of get an equity cut and still make the returns work for the investors. And so I hurried and got my license actually so that I could still make a fee off of those transactions and still get those transactions, those good projects to the investors. And so I would say my first year was not what I expected, but it was still really great.
Really good. Yeah, that's amazing. When you got into your business, was there something that you were really surprised about that you weren't expecting?
Yeah. So if I transition into like, once I kind of planted on, okay, real estate brokerage, and I'm going to really go after high volume, I expected a lot more people to want kind of the low fee type of service, and because it is really expensive. It's really expensive to hire a real estate agent, real estate brokerage.
Yeah.
I expected a lot of people to be way more sensitive to that fee, and I've learned through years now that people strongly prefer really high value service, really intellectual, savvy, sophisticated, high performing service over the low fee.
Really? Do you have like different options that people can choose from, or like it's kind of like a one-in?
I started having multiple options.
Yeah.
It was kind of like good, better, best type.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of started by choosing the low fee good service.
Yeah.
But then midway through the transaction, almost everybody shifted to, actually, I need this higher level of service. I wasn't expecting to need these services. I didn't even know they existed or whatever. They're more important now than I thought they would be. And so it was really rare that I had somebody stick with that lower fee, lower tier service. So now we offer a full, amazing experience across the board for a fair fee.
What is your amazing, perfect experience?
Yeah. So on the seller side, there's a lot of stats out there that really matter that a ton of agents don't lean in on, right? So more than 60% of home buyers purchase a home in a specific neighborhood because they already know somebody who lives there, right?
Yeah.
And so what can I do as a listing agent in order to kind of like take advantage of that? Well, we skip trace 500 homes around our listing.
Okay.
We get a postcard out. We touch every single home 7 times before the house goes live, so that everybody there knows exactly. They know our names. They know who to reach out to. They know that there's a home going live. We do it legally. There's some rules around in the MLS of identifying the specific house that is going to be marketed. And so we have to be a little bit guarded on the address and everything else. But at the right time, we release the specific address. We create so much momentum through those services that even in today's market, my last 3 listings in a row, they've all been at $1 million or above $1 million. They're under contract the first weekend at above list price because of this momentum that we create well beforehand.
So multiple offers coming in. What are your 7 touches that you do before that house goes up on the MLS?
Before it goes live?
Yeah.
So our first touch is going to be a postcard that just says, hey, we've got a listing coming up in T-minus 10 days, kind of a thing, right? Maybe we would show a map of the general area just so the neighbors don't feel like it's spam mail or whatever.
Yeah.
We're also going to drop a ringless voicemail into their inboxes, meaning we pre-record a voicemail saying, hey, I'm Adam with such and such. I'm going to list a house in the States, just so you know I'm not spammy. Like, I described the neighborhood a little bit. And then if you want like the secret insider info before it goes live, call me. Because that is allowed if someone wants to call you and ask for the info on the property. And so we create that momentum. There's 2 touches. Okay. Then we have a videographer that does this social media. It's just amazing. And so then we'll target those same neighbors with a social push. Okay. Then the week of go live, we do the same sequence again. We hit them with postcards again, but we have the actual photo and the address that lands usually on the day of listing. We drop another ringless voicemail. Hey, please come to the open house. We do another round of social media. Then we go knock every door in that neighborhood with a flyer and a personal invitation to come to the open house. All of this so that even if you're not interested in this house, I need you at the open house.
Yeah.
I want this to look like there's 1 million people interested in this house so that even if there's only 1 or 2 real buyers that show up,
there's a lot of people. There's a lot of traction. Oh, shoot. I need to put an offer today.
Yep. And it's not uncommon that even in the last month, we'll only have 1 real buyer show up. But there's 20 neighbors in the house, and the 1 real buyer writes an offer above list price because they're freaking out and they have to own the house. And so we've created this perception and momentum that really protects our sellers' interests.
Whoa. Has there been a lot of trial and error in this? Like, how have you built the system? How was it founded?
So much. Partially, we lean into any research we can find. There's some really good books on marketing that actually performed research, did the studies, have the results. When we find that and trust it, we roll with it. And most of those instances have proven to be really effective for us. One of those, as I kind of change hats away from agent and to broker, we've leaned into the research on how to get clients, right, as an agent. And so we put a marketing system in place that's really tidy around the specific research that says this is how you get clientele and this is how you do it at these rates. And, we've taken, even myself, before I put that marketing system in place, I think that the year before I put that in place, I only did like 20 or 30 deals that year. Okay.
Yeah.
And the very next year after putting it in place, I closed 74. This year, I'm close to 50 this year. And so we just lean into what is proven to work, take it really seriously, put automation and systems around it, and then invest in it heavily.
That's amazing. Is this the way that you're training your agents as well?
Yeah. As much as we can, my goal is to empower agents to run businesses that are meaningful, that are consistent, that are creating wealth for them. And as much as they'll take it seriously, the systems and tools are there for them to do that.
Yeah. That's great. So are you like looking for agents? Do agents find you? Like, how's your team?
Yeah. We haven't actually been trying to recruit yet. Although we have had, a dozen or so agents that have kind of sought us out and have seen what we're doing and have asked if they could be part of the brokerage. We've been a little bit selective on who we've brought in, but we have brought in, I think we're at 15-ish now and definitely open to the right person the right culture, the right grinder, to be part of it.
I know that you mentioned that you are the broker, but were you always did you instantly get your broker license, or were you real estate and then became broker?
Yeah. Becoming a broker was not necessarily a defined goal. Become an agent definitely was. I got that agency license, probably could have gotten my broker license a year or two earlier than I did. And honestly, I kind of started doing it mostly for the credential, just to have it.
Yeah.
And then we started growing fast enough that financially it started to make a lot more sense. We did it, and now we have a lot of agents that want to be part of it, and so it's making even more sense. And we're finding a ton of fulfillment in mentoring and helping agents grow meaningful businesses.
That's great. So when you did the switch to broker, you felt so much better, fulfilled.
Yes.
Amazing. I've interviewed a couple people where they're like, that was just not for me. And it's like, yeah. Is it a bunch of work that was on top of real estate, or how have you felt?
Because we try to take everything really seriously. We put the right people and the right systems in place. I feel like we've done a good job bringing in the right agents, first of all, that are causing chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also got really good mentorship in place. So it hasn't been a huge burden on me, luckily. And I love to jump in and help as much as I can. But yeah, we have the right systems and training in place so that it hasn't actually been a big burden.
It's amazing. What type of trainings do you guys have?
Yeah. Aside from just, what almost every brokerage has, which would be a weekly, training, right?
Team meeting.
We have a specific mentorship program in place. When you come into the brokerage, you're going to go through that mentorship, and I don't care how many deals you've done, because part of it is learning perhaps a new way, right? Of getting clientele and of learning the voice and our culture and things like that. And so, how many deals are put through that mentorship program is really dependent on how experienced the agent is. Yeah. Some agents really want to be part of it for longer, and some don't, right? And there's plenty we trust that are off and running quickly. So
it's hard because it's kind of like what you put into it is what you're going to get out. So you could kind of see the effort.
Yep.
But I totally get it. I'm shooting
it was great
today. I'm so sorry.
We're just having a conversation.
Yeah, we are having just a straight conversation. I had this amazing question for you, and I totally spaced it.
It'll come back.
It will come back. Just not as fast as I wanted it to. What is one of the skills that you have developed later in your career that has made a big difference?
Oh my gosh. There's a couple that jumped to my mind really quickly. One is, and they're kind of opposing, actually.
Oh, really?
I would say some days I say facts don't care about your feelings. And some days I say perception is more important than facts, right? And
okay, yeah.
So what I mean on both of these is several years in corporate America and getting a graduate degree in finance and real estate is, it just, with that much, experience and iterations, you get some really good chops on being able to underwrite or be able to go find facts in data, to be able to do the math at a really high level. And so that's really beneficial when you're going and helping a buyer or a seller to figure out value, to figure out the best approach, to protect as much equity as possible, right? There's a lot of bad decisions that are made on bad math. So I'd say that's one side, and that's where the facts don't care about your feelings. Those are facts, those are raw numbers, right? The other side, though, is kind of become refined in the last few years, where I would say perception is more important than reality, which is feelings really, really actually matter.
Yes.
And perception, whether or not it is actually true, is real for people. And so navigating and respecting people's feelings and knowing how to go influence a situation or an outcome through all of those feelings and honoring those feelings and helping people to feel really good about the outcome as well.
The decision.
Yeah. Even if it maybe wasn't the exact perfect financial or mathematical decision, can be equally as valuable to to people, right? And so understanding where people are on that continuum and then matching that and honoring it has become a lot more important in recent.
Yeah, because those are kind of like the hard conversations to have. So how do you kind of go from that?
Yeah. The buying and selling a home, transacting in real estate is traditionally, typically the most expensive and emotional transaction of people's lives.
Yes.
And so we've been really great at honoring the most expensive part and now honoring the most emotional part. Even the most rational humans on the planet, they go through this like irrational, emotional decision matrix. And so what we're doing now is just as a culture, starting there, making sure that we understand how decisions are going to be made. And usually what is stated to us by a client is not actually exactly what happens, right? We do like to ask. We do ask up front, how are decisions made? Is it just you? Is it you and a partner or a spouse or whatever else? And are you analytical or are you more emotional? Are you quick? Do you like to take time, right? We try to frame that so we can understand. But then we have to take a step back and watch it actually happen.
Yeah.
And then sometimes shift, right? And
Adjust.
meet that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. I feel like some people are like, oh yeah, I am like not a sensitive person at all. And then you're like, oh, well, it just ends up messy. You have to make sure that you adjust for certain people.
Yeah.
But that's great. Hard conversations are hard to have. And when you adjust, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Is there any way of prospecting that you like swear by? What is it?
Absolutely. So I have gone completely away from any cold marketing. Okay. So I spoke about the research and the data.
Yes.
Every 6 households that I market to, people that I know, these are not cold homes. Okay. So I open my phone. These are the people that I know that I could text and, hey, let's go have lunch. Okay. Every 6 households that I market to, I get 1 closing out of every year.
Whoa.
Okay. So if I have 600 people in my database that I'm marketing to, which marketing to means I'm making some sort of contact with 33 times per year. 33. Oh. Okay. That's the minimum. So if I've got 600 people and I'm touching them, that sounds weird. And there are marketing touches happening.
Yes.
At least 33 times per year, but not to an overwhelming amount. It's between 33 and 52. Okay. Once a week is kind of the most. You'll close 100 deals. Okay.
Whoa.
And that's what the research has said for 30 years, by the way. A lot of agents know this.
Really?
Yeah. So Gary Keller wrote a book, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, long ago. Long ago.
I hear a lot about that book.
It's
actually
a great
should
book.
read it.
You should read it.
Yeah.
We call it the Red Book in our office. And a new book was released maybe 5 years ago that kind of went a similar vein to kind of test different marketing strategies and close rates. The results ended up being exactly the same.
Really?
1 in 6. Okay. So every 6 homes that we market to, and by the way, I've tested that now for 18 straight months, and it's coming in almost exactly at 1 in 6. Okay. Yeah. So in our brokerage, what we've done is create those touch points at 33 to 52 times per year based on how close we are to that person. As soon as I enter that person into my CRM, I can click a button and those 33 touches just start happening through the year. Okay. So it's no brain damage for me.
Yeah.
I just click go.
Automated.
Yep. It's my job just to get their name, phone number, email, and address uploaded in the system. I hit go and I can select kind of what type of marketing I want to happen to them, how much I want to spend. This is a CRM that we created on our own as well because it's super custom. And
I was going to say I have not heard a CRM that will do all this.
So we created it ourselves, and it just mirrors all of the research that's been out there for 30 years. And it's wild to me that it doesn't exist because this research has been out there. And I think a lot of agents actually know and trust that data. It's just, it took me 2 years to actually build a system around it.
Yeah.
You know, coming into the office every day and sitting down and writing 10 handwritten notes,
Yes.
That's a grind, and that's so hard to stay consistent at.
It is.
And stay on top of birthdays, and even if you have a really good CRM, like it's hard to stay on top of that stuff and convince yourself to just stay consistent at executing it. And so we just built software around it to take all of that burden off.
Yeah.
And it just manages it. So of course, like you need some tangible face-to-face interactions with these people. What's great though.
Do you do any client events?
Yeah. Every once in a while I'll do client events. What we found to be more meaningful is showing up at somebody's doorstep with a surprise gift.
Oh.
Right? Like it's so nice. One-on-one.
Yes.
And one of my clients had a surgery recently, and so I had my marketing director go run and grab like a butcher box of really good steaks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And showed up on his doorstep and was like, "Hey, we're just thinking about you. Hope you're recovering well," right? Like that person is just a raving fan for us, right?
Yeah.
And will send us. He himself actually usually sends like 5 to 10 referrals to us every single year, right? This is a super valuable person. And so making those really meaningful custom touches, the CRM actually prompts you to when and who to go do that for. And so anyway, we're just, again, like I said, trying to create systems around creating behaviors and removing the burden of having to think about what should I do, right? It keeps track of everything. And that's what's
amazing.
Yeah.
When does a person like become warm?
Warm?
Yeah, because it's not a cold touch anymore.
Yeah. So I would say there's kind of two different, we have two different segmenting models. So I would say, and by the way, both of these two books that I referenced kind of have very similar clientele segments.
Really?
We just do what we're told in those, right? So your A is going to be people who would run across a room if they ever hear anyone talking about real estate, and they're going to refer you. Okay. Mm-hmm. These are raving fans, and there are very, very few of these in your sphere and in your circles, just because it's not normal behavior or personality for someone to be willing to do that. Right.
Yeah.
But there are some of those. I would say in my database is about 1,500 people. Okay. 1,500 households. And I would say I probably only have 10 to 15 of those people. Maybe 1% of my entire database is that person. Raving fans. And I'm going to do different kinds of marketing to that person, right? I'm going to spend a lot more.
Yeah.
These are the people that are going to go to some pretty special events, right? I'm going to give some my best tickets.
Yes.
To these
front row.
A B, sphere contact, whatever, is someone who would refer you if they're asked, and would definitely use you as an agent when they're ready to transact. Yeah. So these people get the same type of automated marketing that our raving fans do, but maybe a little less expensive gifts, maybe a little bit fewer personal touch points face to face. And that group is also probably only, 5 to 10% of the database.
Really?
It's not a ton. The giant group in your database is C's. The C group, which is I will probably not refer you just because it's just not my personality. Okay. Like I'm just not going to stick my foot out there and take the risk. I just don't refer very many people. It's just not my personality. And, but I will use you if you're top of mind and it's convenient. Okay. So that's probably like 50% of your database.
You know what? Now that you say that, actually, it makes me think of the saying of like, most agents don't get that same client twice. Mm-hmm. Like they usually go to a different person.
That's right. Because the client is a C and the agent hasn't stayed top of mind. Both of those things.
That makes complete sense.
That's exactly right.
Wow.
And then there's one more bucket, I would say, where it's like, you're in my phone, but maybe we haven't chatted for 10 years, right? Mm. So that's kind of like, maybe I'm going to put you just on a postcard campaign for a year just to warm up that relationship. And then when it's right, I'll reach out and we'll have lunch and we'll try to, your purpose in all of this is to move people up the ladder.
Yeah.
Right. To shift them into more willing, more likely to refer or use you as an agent. And so, again, we're just using statistical data that the research has suggested, and we're using those closing ratios to determine how much we're spending on them and how much time we're spending. And it's working just like the research suggested.
What are some of the best books that you have read that you have based this on?
I tell everybody, like, if you haven't read Ninja Selling by Gary Kendall, go pick it up right now. I personally read it every single quarter.
Really?
It's on my desk. It's open almost every day.
You read it 4 times a year?
I read it 4 times a year.
Wow.
It's so good. And really, it's almost a rewrite of Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller that was written 25 or 30 years ago, whenever that was.
Yeah.
The statistical research is the same. The Keller Williams book is a little bit more about building a team around you. And
You do have a team. You have a really big team.
Yeah.
So is the Ninja book like just something you could order on Amazon?
Yeah. Jump on Amazon. I listen to it and I have the hard copy like all the time right in front of me.
Do you ever listen to any podcast? Any podcast that you remember?
No. I don't. I mean, every once in a while, but it's usually like somebody just sends me one.
No, I totally get it.
If there was one, let me throw one more book out there.
Oh, please.
There's kind of a culture or mentality that we really, really care about in our brokerage, and it's all spelled out really clearly in the Go Giver. Go Giver sell more or something like that. It's a green book. It's all about sales, and it's focused on how to approach sales in a non-commission breath type of way.
Yeah.
And that's our culture. I would highly recommend anybody read it.
Yeah. Has there ever been a transaction that has changed you as a realtor?
Yeah, like broken me? Yeah.
Has completely like shattered you.
Oh, man. Every once in a while, like you get that like, oh, I just want to work so hard for this person. I care about him so much. And for some reason, it just doesn't work out, and
They go south.
And even if, yes, it goes south or it just doesn't go.
Oh.
Right. And they're like, I'm going to hire somebody else. Those are the ones that have, and it's only happened maybe twice, where somebody I really, really cared about, and we just didn't have success selling their property. And so they went with somebody else. And those are the ones that are like, and really make you go inward. Like, okay, how would I approach this differently next time? And so that's actually what kind of pushed me a little bit away from, hey, these are the facts.
Oh, really?
And into, let's focus on the feelings a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it a close family friend?
It's happened twice ever, and they were both business school, like grad school classmates.
Oh, I was like, they usually like when I try to help my mom and it doesn't end up working out.
I know,
it like
right?
It's so much harder.
It does. It totally does.
I'm so sorry. But we are actually pretty close on time.
Cool.
So if there is any advice that you would give a new agent that got their license today, how to build their business, what would it be?
There's 2 things. One is mindset. First of all, I think there are too many agents that think it's going to be easier than it is. First of all, that's the reason. 70-something% don't renew their license, right?
I thought it was like 86.
It's crazy.
It's pretty high.
86 don't make it to their 5-year.
Oh,
wild numbers. So I would say, first of all, like it's going to be way harder than you think. Okay, be ready for that. Like, put your seatbelt on. Okay.
Yeah.
But secondly, there's also 35,000 transactions a year happening in the Wasatch Front. Okay. And as a first-year agent, you only need 5 or 10 of those to feel pretty good about yourself. Okay. At an average commission right now of $13,500, 10 of those is $135,000 a year. You're going to feel really good about yourself in year 1, right? Like, so I would say buckle up, and there's a lot of volume out there. Don't get scarcity minded. We can do this.
There was the conversation of most realtors don't have any sales by the time that they renew, and people who have had sales have 1 or 2.
Only have 1 or 2 at their renewal. Crazy. It's hard. This is a hard business.
It is a hard business. And I feel like stepping into this role, knowing that it's going to be hard and knowing that you have to give it your 100% every single day can be a little tough.
This is why we try to use systems to make it easy.
Create a system.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and giving up so much good stuff.
Thank you. So fun.
Well, we will catch you guys on the next episode.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.